So what is the business process vendor invoice posting that we are going to discuss? The business process is, let's say, one side your vendor or your suppliers, and the other side you have your business, that is your company. And the process is, when you purchase certain products or materials from the vendor, purchasing handled by your purchasing team, and when vendor sends the invoice, you receive the invoice. When you receive the invoice, you enter the invoice in your system. So first step is you enter invoice in the system through a transaction code FB60. We have also another transactions codes are available, that is your F-43 as well. F-43 is the non-enjoy screen, FB60 is the enjoy screen. So depending upon your business, which T codes they are using, you can use that. Once the invoice is entered into the system, the next step is it's going to create an open item. Open item. Open item means that is a liability will be created on the business to make the payments to the vendor. And the open item, you can see it through the transaction code that is called FBL1N, vendor open item. Then once you make the payment, next step is you need to make the payment to clear that invoice. The third one will payment. Do the payment. Payment can be done through this transaction code F-53. There are various ways to make the payment and post it in the SAP system. But we'll discuss this particular payment of F-53, which is known as manual payment. That means after posting this F-53 in the system, we'll have to separately write a check to the vendor. After making the payment, what will happen? The invoice will be cleared. If you make the full payment, then the invoice will be cleared completely. If you make the partial payment, whatever the payment you make it, those amount or that particular amount will get cleared, and the other amount will not be cleared. It will remain as an open item. So in the partial payment cases, two documents created actually, but we'll discuss in two ways, that is partial payment and as well as full payment. So if the payment is in full, then the open item move to the cleared item. Clear item, and the clear item you can see in the same page, FBL1 N page. So this is the normal business process. Let's do this activity in the SAP system. First, I'm going to enter one invoice, vendor invoice in the system. Log into the system. You can go through directly through transaction code, or else since it is a user activities, So accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, because you will deal with the vendor. So accounts payable. Document entry. Invoice in SAP language, we call it as a document. So document entry, FB60, F-43. You can use anything, any transaction code. Most of the company using FB60. So double click on FB60. Before posting anything, just check the company code. Just a second. Our company code, let's say we have used as a BMW. So vendor you are. Let's say I have two vendors. I choose one vendor, this one. Invoice date. Assume that invoice date is today's date or maybe previous date, whatever the date which is mentioned in the invoice. Vendor sends the invoice, physical invoice. If you receive that invoice, the date which is mentioned on the invoice itself, that date you need to mention here. Assume that vendor date is today's date. I'm doing the posting also today's date. The total invoice, this particular page will be controlled by the document type KR. So vendor invoice is regulated and controlled by this document type KR. Invoice amount is, let's say, rupees 2 lakhs, 2 lakh INR here. And text, add some text here. Now GL account. See, whenever you enter any invoice, your expense account will be debit. That is your purchase account. Because you have purchased it from the vendor. So purchase account debtors to your vendor account. This is the entry which will pass by the system. Add the purchase account here. This one is purchase account 402. Amount, just put the star, hit enter. Here there is an error it shows. It says, if you click on the error, it says you may only enter amounts up to INR 10,000. Now what does that mean? That means I don't have authority to post such big amount, actually such material amounts or such huge amount, because I have authorized only to post only 10,000, any invoices more than 10. So how does that system decides that, okay, I have the authority only to post the rupees or invoice worth of 10,000. If you remember, in the second topic we have discussed tolerance. In the tolerance I might have put the 10,000, so I need to check it and will enhance the or increase that limit. So open another page, go to the tolerance OBA4 user tolerance. Go to new entry. Okay, instead of going new entry, search your, go to position, search your company code. You'll see here BM01, double click. Here 10,000 is showing. That is the reason. Put some big number. I'll put some big number. If you want to give certain particular user a specific limitation or authorization, you can change here. Okay, save it. Go back. Now enter. Still the same issues. So I'll refresh the page. Go back. Again, go to FB60. So if you work as a consultant, let's say finance or FICO consultant in some company, and you are a support consultant, you are handling the support project, this type of error will be assigned to you and you will have to fix that. So here vendor account, invoice, account number and amount. Amount is 2 lakhs. To give one text on narrations, GL account will be 402 purchase account. Enter. Now it takes. Now simulate it. So the header area, and this is the line item. Line item gives the specific information. Header information gives the general informations. Now you see purchase account debit and your vendor credit. Vendor account, purchase account, GL debit 40, posting key 31, that is a vendor credit, and there are 2 line items. Post it. Once you post, a document number is generated. Invoice document number. So this is the document number. Now, as I mentioned here, once you enter the invoice, the open item will be generated, right? So the document number is nothing but the open item itself. So you can check the open item here. You can see the document here. Go to display the same document. And at the same time, remember, whenever here purchase account debit, vendor account credit, if vendor account credit, your reconciliation account will also be credit. It will be credited, right? For example, your reconciliation account is nothing but your sundry creditor account. So sundry creditor accounts also will be credit. If the vendor debit, sundry creditor will be debit. Because it's a reconciliation account, it picks the amount, it picks the that amount and keep it in a record, so that it will help the business to pull out the complete reconciliation balance at the year end to generate the financial statement. So if you want to say this one is my vendor, right? And if you go to the GL ledger view, sorry, general ledger view, you see here sundry creditor also credited with 2 lakhs. If you go to the entry view, you will see the vendor credit and GL view sundry creditor also. That is happened because sundry creditor is linked with your purchase account as well as your vendor account in the vendor master. So that's how. Now the question is, we'll see, come out of the page, /n, hit enter, come out of the page. Now you'll see the open item, right? We'll see the open item. That means it creates a liabilities on the business to make the payment to the vendor on a stipulated date or whatever the date may be mentioned in the payment term. Payment term we'll discuss right now. Just think that we don't have payment term. So as soon as we receive the payment, we need to pay it within the same day. So To see the document or you can say open item, go to this account FBL1N. This is your vendor line item. Insert the vendor account or vendor code. Open item radio button is already activated. Just execute. Now you see the 2 lakh is showing open. How do you know it is open item? See, it is red color. So open item will be represented by the red button here, open. And it will be credit. Credit means it's a liability on us. We need to make the payment.
So due to the errors, it becomes open, is it? And
No, not that error.
Okay.
Open means that error is something actually at the time of setting the tolerance. I have given some less amount over there.
Okay.
So actually tolerance determines how much amount of open item you can generate. I have given only 10,000. So system cannot generate the open item 2 lakh, right?
True.
So that is the reason. If in other way, actually it is a interview questions people ask actually when as a consultant or if you appear an interview, they will ask, okay, tell me if I'm a user and as a business, I want to restrict a user to post invoice up to 15 lakh. Where that setting, where you will do that. So answer will be tolerance limit in the tolerance like that. So now this is the 2 lakh open item. This open item means I need to pay to the vendor. So once I pay, it will be cleared. So until that time, until I make the payment, it will remain as a open. So document number is showing 51. Type is KR, that is your vendor invoice. Document was entered in 27th of Feb. And here you say due date. Due date, there is a bell icon here. And this bell means you need to pay today itself. It's showing due. Okay, so I need to pay because I have not added any payment term so far. So when we will discuss the payment term, then we'll discuss about the due date in details. But for the time being, I have received the invoice and I need to pay within this 24 hours. So now, and if you do not make the payment within 24 hours, it will become overdue. The bell icon will be turned into a what do you call it, that red color zigzag icon. Okay, so that we'll discuss in the due course of time. So this is the open item now, 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs is the open item. Invoice amount is 2 lakhs. Now it's my responsibility to make the payment. So as a business, I'm going to make the payment. So I'll do the third step, that is the payment, F-53. Just a second. So payment will be F-53. And how to make the payment? Again, click on accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, and go to the document entry, outgoing payment. Expand this, F-53. That is the payment. Double click. It is asking a document date. Document date is nothing but the payment date that you are going to pay or clear that invoice. And this payment is controlled by the document type KZ and your company code, in which currency you are making payment, all those header level will be auto filled. So at the time of payment, what is the accounting entry? Here entry will pass that your bank account will be credit, vendor will be debit, So here in invoice case vendor credit, but at the payment cases vendor debit and bank credit. Bank or cash account, whatever account should be there, bank account credit. If you make a cash payment, then cash account, create one cash account and credit. This is the entry. So now, so system will ask me which bank GL will get affected or posted. That is 100 is my bank account. Amount will, I'll make the complete payment. Let's say 2 lakhs. It's complete payment. Now value date will be today's date. Any bank, wherever bank account comes up, the value date will be mandatory because it's a reconciliation date, bank reconciliation date of where the actual debit credit happens to your or realization, bank realization payment will happen. So that we'll discuss in the bank topic in details. So text, right, vendor payment or something, some explanation you have to give here. If you want the business area report for all kind of payments that you are going to give or you are doing it with the vendors, business area report, mention your business area. Now open item, vendor itself is open item. So select and here select the vendor. So vendor will get debited. Bank will be credited. Now you can clear the vendor invoice in different ways. There are some selections criteria is available here. You can clear through amount wise, document number wise, posting date wise, and various other options are there, but it is wise to select this document number so that you are making the payment specially to clear that particular document. You may have number of documents will be there, number of invoices, right? But this payment you need to adjust with a specific document or specific invoice. Put the document number, click on process open item tab in the top corner. Okay, so click here, add the document number, that is your invoice document number, which is nothing but 51. Or you can see here document number is 51 here. Put 51 here. If you want to clear many invoices at a time, then 51 from and to is there, so you can add. Again, click on this process open item. There is another error actually here. So as a support consultant, you will also get this type of error also. This is, it's showing the entry that is your company code BM01 is missing in table P043Z. So what does it mean? That means we have a concept known as vendor tolerance, vendor and customer tolerance. And that tolerance settings you need to do. Tolerance setting comes up when you are making, when there is an overpayment or underpayment, or since I'm making the complete payment, it's okay. But that setting has to be there in case of, let's say you are making some partial payment or something, then the system can allow that transaction to happen. So tolerances mainly deals with the payment differences, or maybe deals with the differences arises out of the payment or invoice, or something is mismatching. So system should allow for that customer or vendor tolerance, because there are three types of tolerance: user tolerance, customer vendor tolerance, and GL tolerance is there. So this tolerance you need to fix it. Otherwise system will not allow you to make the payment. So that is why I'll open another page and I'll fix that. Transaction code is OB A3. Go to new entry. Put the company code. This tolerance concept will discuss, customer vendor tolerance concept will discuss separately. I'll just put my link my company code to all the vendor. Don't specify any other permitted difference and all. Don't specify right now. Just save it. Later on, I'll save this concept later on to discuss. Now it will allow. Go to process open item. It is allowing. So that means what here? The document 51 is nothing but your invoice worth of 2 lakhs. This is called assign amount. So the amount is assigned here. And you have entered 2 lakhs. That means you are going to pay 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh is debit credit happens. And click on document, simulate it. Once you simulate, you'll find vendor is debit and your bank account credit. So debit credit is matching. Now you can directly post. When you post another document, that is called payment document, or people call it as a clearing document also. So payment is cleared. Now this is the document number. So now against this invoice document, the payment document generated and the back it is cleared. There is no balance at all. Here see, you can see this is the open item. Now it will get cleared. So refresh this page. Click on refresh. Now nothing is there. Enter, nothing is there. If you select the open item, execute again, the system says no item selected. That means there is no open item. So from open item, it will move to the clear item. That means it is payment has been made. Click here, enter. Now see here, against this invoice 51, you made the payment KZ is the payment. Okay, 102. That is the payment document. 2 lakhs debit, 2 lakhs credit. See your clearing document updated in both the document. This implies that this invoice 51 made by this document 101. So 101 is updated in both cases. And if you want to send this report to somebody, there are 2 ways. Go to export, spreadsheet, upload to Excel, click on Excel, enter, and save to your desktop or somewhere wherever you want to save it, save it. Give the file a name. Check it whether it is saved or not. This one is saved. This one. So I uploaded into Excel file actually. This is the amount, document, assignment number, and your vendor invoice. The clearing document. So uploaded, and then you can separately you can attach that file to your email and send it. But that file can be sent. That report can be sent separate in separate ways. Let's if your email, company email is integrated with the SAP, from the SAP system you can send it directly. You don't have to go to your email ID, log in over there and attach the file and send it. For that, we have a reports actually. If you go to information system, reports for accounts payable printing, item data, and this I'm giving this list of vendor open item. This one, double click. This open item, put your company code, which vendor. If a multiple vendor, you can ask, add it from and to. Open item report. There is no open item. All items select. This one is the report. So you see here 2 lakhs. This is the date, clearing document. All other details in the details, the assignment number, your which date it has been posted, what is the address of everything. So okay. Now this one, if your corporate email ID, your company email ID is integrated with SAP, directly you can send from here. This one, mail recipient is there, no? So here you can attach it and send it. Put a, what do you call it? Write a email to whom you are sending, and a recipient email ID just put here and send it. Send button is here. This is how you do. To click on this attachment is here. Automatic attachment is created. You don't have to upload or anything you do. This attachment is there. If you double click, the same attachment will show here. Okay. So this is how, if it is integrated. If it is not integrated, then you'll have to upload, export it to some Excel file or some CSV file or something, and then you attach and send it. So if somebody asks you how you are sending it, there are two options. Tell them which options your company is implementing. This is the report. This is the transaction report. If you want vendor line item report, vendor line item report, the same report will be there. If you want the vendor balance, total balance I have done, the transactions, double click here, put the company, and the reporting period is okay, it's already updated, fiscal year. Execute. Now see, it's the total balance 2 lakh, because only one transaction done so far, right? So that is why this 2 lakhs is showing here. If at all any other business transaction, whatever the transaction you do, all this transaction will be correlated into a single one, and this is the total balance, vendor balances. This is another report, balance report. Okay. You can also print it, report it, send, save. Various options are there. Just do some R&D and find more. Try to find some more informations, more links. And if any other links you are not able to comprehend, just ask me. We'll discuss it further. So that's it. That's it for the reporting point of view. There are various types of report that we'll discuss in due course of time. How many vendors are there? Vendor report, master data report also you can find here. Master data is there, right? If somebody asks to tell me, let's say your manager asks to give me all the vendors, whatever number, total number of vendors that we have, I want their report over the vendors, their name, address, everything. In that case, you go to the master data report here. This is the vendor list. Under this company code, how many vendors are there? You can filter, see, so many options are there here. This is for one-time vendor. I have created a one-time vendor. I have created one means regular vendor. So company code. You add the vendor here. These two vendors. Select one vendor only. If you want the vendor, only one vendor is address. Everything is showing here. Vendor list. This is the company code wise list. Another one is address list is also there. Display changes to the vendor. If any changes you have made, that report also will be generated. Okay. Address list, address wise. Vendor can be pulled out from the address wise. Okay, this is the address. Vendor, that Mumbai address. Okay. So these are the finance with regards to the vendor. Those are the reports. Payment related reports also there. Payment list, check, how many checks you have given, how many checks has been cashed. So many things are there that we'll discuss time to time so that you can remember. At a time if you tell, then you'll get confused and will not able to understand. So these are the things. Now, so it will show in the clear item. That means I made the payment. That is why it is showing in the clear. Clear item is represented by which green color, right? So green color here, cleared item. Open item red and this one green. Now go back. Again back. Then the same activities I'll do it by making a partial payment. What I'll do here, I'll enter one invoice, vendor invoice, worth of rupees, let's say 50,000. I'll check it in open item, 50,000. And I'll make the payment, partial payment. I'll make the payment of 25,000. And you will see what is the value of the invoice that has been cleared and what is your residual value. Okay, so when you part payment or something done, so only that amount will get cleared and it will generate a residual item. That is another open item which will be paid maybe later as per your payment term or contract or agreements. So let's post one invoice FB60 against the same vendor. You can create multiple vendors. Invoice date, amount, text, purchase account, star, enter, simulate, post. So document number 52 generated. This is the document number 52. At the same time, before making the payment, I want to discuss one small concept. See, whenever you post any invoice or enter any invoice in the system and open item is created, so you'll see the open item here in the application layer. Go back, go to the FBL1 and select the open item, check it. Now 50,000 open item is created, which is red color. You are able to see in the application layer, you are able to see the open item, but in the this particular information will be updated in the table also, database tables. So the open item already open item usually stored in which table? That is called it is a vendor open item, so it is BSIK table. K means vendor. So BSIK table, you can see that open item. Let's verify that. Go to SE16. Table is BSIK. Enter. It is asking BQRS. BQRS means company code. So add your company code. Sorry, here it should. And this is your vendor number. Or you can add the document number also, not a problem. There are various filter options are there. You can choose anything. So Belner means your document number. Which document number it is? 52, right? 52. If you select the vendor number, all the two documents will be shown. If you select any particular vendor document, that document will be shown. See here. Now see, open item is showing of 50,000. It's a European format, okay? 500, 00. That is their format, so don't be confused. So that is open item. As soon as I make the payment and clear the open item for 50,000, it will be clear. So clear item will be shown in which table? BS AD table, SA, BS AK table. Open item will be BSIK, clear item will be BSAK table. So I have earlier cleared this document 51. Okay, this 52 is not clear, so it will not show in the clear item. But 51 is already cleared, so that will show. Go to 51, go to BS AK table, right? BS AK table. Enter BM01 and your 51 is the document. Execute. Now it's showing clear item. So it is in clear item. This is the clear item 2 lakhs. Okay. Now, since it is clear, this 51 document number 51 is cleared, it will not show in the open item. Go to the open item, BSIK, enter company code, uh, 51 and execute. Now nothing is showing because it is already cleared, right? It has moved from clear item to open item to clear item. Now the question is here, fundamental question. You may ask, sir, this is the application layer, 50,000 is there and it is showing. Then what is the need that I should go to the database layer and see it? See, it depends upon your roles, what exactly you do in the company. If you are a user, then you don't have to go to this table. Even you may not have access to the SE16 transaction code to access the tables, right? But if you are a consultant, if user asking some questions or some error has been made, then that can be sorted in the table level. And another important thing is why this table and fields we should know. You don't have to remember this field also. Table name just have to remember. Let's say some legacy data, some master data is already in the legacy system, some third party system. Let's say your SAP is connected with some Oracle system or Microsoft ERP system. And a business has some data, transaction data, or maybe master data are there in those third party system. If you upload or transport the data from the legacy system to the SAP system, because in the third party system may be coded in different language. Maybe that is SQL language, maybe J2, maybe Python, or maybe different other language, .NETs and all those things, right? So what you can do is my SAP system does not understand their language because my SAP system is coded in ABAP language. So that is why when I upload, system should understand it. So for that we need to do one-to-one mapping. Before data transfer, we need to do the mapping through this table. So the mapping will be done like zip code or name wise or different this thing. So we need to map it and then load it. Then to upload the data so that it will be reside in the or my system will accept, SAP system will accept those. That is why this table and the field we should know as a consultant. But as a user, it's okay not to know the tables things. That is how it works. So next one is that is a table level. Now I want to clear this document 52 by making the partial payment. I'll do the partial clearing. So I'll do the payment F-53. I'll make the payment of 25K. So let's do that F-53. Or else you can go through the path as well. Document date The same, what the bank amount will be 25,000 you are giving. So you pay 25,000 as against the 50,000. Value date, business area, account, that is your open item. And any text you can give like vendor payment, partial payment, vendor partial payment of 25K. Select the document number, process open item. So what is the document number? 52. Process open item. Now you see here, this is the total invoice amount 50,000 and assigned amount is 50,000, but I am making the payment of 25K, 25,000 and amount entered. So here you see not assigned amount is 25. That means another 25,000 will go to the open item. But not assigned amount should be 0 always. Just copy here, paste here, enter. Now it will be 0. So that means the another 25,000 will remain open. Only 25,000 will be cleared. Now simulate. See, this 25,000 will be remain as a open for this particular vendor. So what you can do is double click here, just write partial payment and post it directly. Now document number 102 is generated. Now it's the payment document, clearing document, right? Now check here. If I refresh the page, it will show as a 25 as open item. Another 25 will go to the clear item, right? Refresh it. Now the 25,000. This will be open. See, another document is generated here, 102. That means you paid 25,000 with the again document number 102. And this payment has to pay. If you pay later, it will get cleared. So it will remain as a open, that is partial payment. If you see, go back, go to the cleared item. That 50,000 will be cleared, it will show here. See here. This one not two. So cleared, but open as against the 50,000, open another open item is already there in the 25,000. So this is how your partial payment works. But there is a concept known as clearing. Clearing will discuss separately. Once everything accounts payable, account receivable over, all the concept over, then we will discuss the clearing concept. And that's it. That is what the vendor invoice postings and payment postings and the tables associated with different open item, clear item concept and the process by which you can do this. Next class we'll discuss the payment terms. Payment terms means in B2B environment, business makes the payment as per the payment term. So we'll discuss what is payment term, what are the concept which is there, and then we'll discuss how payment term affects the invoice. That's it.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.